Okay, wake up, it's time for the Great Census in Ant Keeping Diversity of Species 2021 edition, in my garden edition. But before we get to that, here's my friend Kanye West.
Yo, what's up? This is Kanye West. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at YouTube/
Love an Ant Keeper. Thanks for that, Kanye.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, onto the GCiAKDoS. I might need to work on that name. Anyway, I've got 5 Biformica liquid feeders that I'm currently not using, courtesy of Ants Davy. What I'm going to do is fill them all up with Biformica ant nectar and then scatter them around my garden with the aim of seeing how many different sort of species we can find feeding on them. Let's put one on the porch, one on some wood, one on top of this organised soil-composed structure that one may assume to be inhabited by organisms under the family Formicidae. Another on top of these fragments of stony cement stuff, and the final one on top of this sort of grassy muddy patch. This census will be conducted over a 24-hour period. Let's look at the one on the porch first. Nice, we've got a few Lasius niger workers inspecting it. Good start, but up on the wood and the stony cement thing, nothing. Looking over at the ant nest, there are a few Lasius flavus workers in the back. Let's move the liquid feeder closer to them. I'm sure the 3cm move will make a huge difference. Looking over at the muddy, grassy bit, sadly, nothing. Oh yeah, I'm doing a census. Let's add Lasius niger and Lasius flavus up to the GCiAKDoS list. Back to the porch again, and wow, they have just completely drained the whole feeder. I swear I wasn't gone that for long. I was only gone for like half an hour and they did that in that time. Crazy. Looking back to the muddy, grassy bit, and some Lasius niger workers there have done the exact same thing. The feeder has been completely drained. Looking over at the stony cement, ant nest, and the woods, we've got nothing. Nothing really happened with these for the rest of the day, so let's check on them in the morning.
The next morning.
As it's the next morning, it's the end of the experiment, so let's collect in all of the feeders. First, the one on the woods, we've got nothing, so let's remove it. Then, the one on the ant nest. But look, there are what appears to be Myrmica workers around the feeder. I picked the feeder up so I could get a closer macro shot. And look what I found. A Myrmica worker feeding right next to what I think is a Lasius niger worker. I wonder if they don't know that each other are there, or know that each other are there but simply choose not to fight, knowing that they have nothing to gain from it. Is this like an ant peace treaty? Anyway, let's add Myrmica rubra to the GCiAKDoS list. I shook off all the ants that were on the feeder and then brought it in, along with the rest of the feeders. Whoa, look, we've got a hitchhiker on our hands. I must not have shook it off properly earlier. It looks like Lasius niger, just like 2 times bigger. Here's a worker from my Lasius niger colony for context. I sent photos to the identification channel over at the Aesthetic Ants Discord server, and they told me that both of the ants were Lasius niger, and that the species varied in size quite a bit. This confused me, as my Lasius niger colony is fairly mature, so if this is the maximum size Lasius niger get to, I don't see why my colony would be twice as small. Do you agree that this ant is in fact Lasius niger, or do you have another suggestion? Let me know in the comments down below. So overall, the GCiAKDoS found 3 species: Lasius niger, Lasius flavus, and Myrmica rubra. Not bad, but nowhere near the number of species you would find in somewhere like AntScapes property. I'm sure if I went to a forest and did this census over a wider area, I would find a few more species. Maybe some parasitic Lasius and Temnothorax. And with that said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, then like and subscribe. If you didn't, then don't, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, now all my fake fans are gone. who don't even watch my videos all the way through, I've got 2 new colonies. Come have a look. Here they are, 2 beautiful Lasius flavus colonies, courtesy of my cousin, who has been staying at my house and taking care of my colonies while I was on holiday. Each colony has between 5 and 10 workers, and around 15 brood-boosted pupae. I'll name these 2 colonies Yin and Yang because despite the fact that they are a set of completely different workers and queens, they are both fundamentally the same species. Let's give them some ant nectar on wax paper. Carbohydrates are a very important part of a colony's diet after all. I'll give them a mealworm in a week or so to help the queen lay eggs. Let's remove the ant nectar now, since Lasius flavus are quite prone to drowning in liquids that they feed on. This section of the video was just a little thank you to everyone who is a true fan and watches my videos all the way to the end. I can't thank you guys enough, so I'm gonna end it now. For real this time. See ya.